Aloha everyone. This reading will be for the Pisces super new moon on February 19th. Super moons simply mean that the moon is closer to Earth at that time, so the effects are more powerful, more strong. Particularly after what just happened in the collective with the purging of a lot of anger and frustration and anxiety regarding the masculine or father energy. This super new moon will be like a breath of fresh air because it's really cleansing and clearing the residuals of that energy out that have been purged, and so it'll feel very calming, very soothing, a nice reprieve from those tumultuous energies that we just went through. So I have some speckled agate quartz here, which really the energy that this stone gives to me is of forgiveness and gratitude. And so this was specifically chosen for this video for a reason, okay? Some of the, let's see, where do I want to start? There's been a lot of information coming in, so I'm trying to sort through it all. If you haven't checked out my video yet with a guided meditation and pranayama practice specifically for these energies, I posted that recently. So check that out if you feel like that's something that would resonate with you after this reading. This reading will kind of dive into more of the more intricacies of what's happening now and how we can best harness those energies on our journey. When you think of Pisces, you think of a very intuitive sign, a very boundaryless sign, and I mean that in the best way possible for the sign of Pisces. I think we can learn a lot from that. Just as much as it's important to have boundaries, it's important to see what boundaryless circumstances look like, particularly in regard to forgiveness and gratitude, right? If you want to tie it all together, being boundaryless in that way and in regard to the collective energies, it's really, I feel like Pisces energy is really able to tap into what it means to be part of collective, of something bigger. So I think that learning from Pisces energy, being boundaryless in that way is very eye-opening. Some of the things that can come along with this Pisces new moon energy is we're gonna really see where we've been, where we've had these self-delusions, okay? Those are going to be cleared as well with this energy. We will be able to see easier how we have been like tricking ourselves almost in terms of things that we notice, or when we look inward or externally. We're going to see how some of these illusions have been taking place in our life, and those will be being cleared. So it will gift us with better sight that way. And also, I have been saying this all week, you guys, if you feel inclined to work with water energy this week, please do. There's a lot of positive manifestations that can come from that right now, that working with water energy is extremely powerful right now. So tap into that if you feel inclined. What else? I think a big part, so the card that comes to mind for this reading is obviously the Moon card, which is representative of Pisces energy, but it also represents fear and illusion. and not being able to see things clearly. So that's going to be cleared away. We're going to have some insight into that. But also how to trust. I also see the moon card as how to trust when you can't see. Okay, that's really important, because especially if when you use your intuitive gifts, if you're used to having this clear vision and you can't see, that can be frightening, right? So how do you work with that? How do you trust when you can't see, right? And that comes down to faith. That what is happening is for the highest good of all, and everything is in divine order. So there's a lot, even though it's just the moon card that's coming through that I'm predicting for this reading, there's a lot of subtle energies that are tied into that will come through with this super new moon. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with Moonology. I hope you guys are doing well. I've really been enjoying exploring some different modalities for this channel. I think it's just so much more full spectrum instead of just having tarot readings to explain the energies. There's so much more beyond that I think it can be limiting to only use one tool. For the collective, for the super new moon in Pisces. Yeah, luck is on your side. Was at the bottom. Emotions are running high. Supermoon just came out. All right. So that is definitely true. Use water energy to help balance some of that. Okay. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, this is a time for expressing yourself fully, expressing your emotions accurately, and also full moon in Aquarius. This Aquarius is a very altruistic sign, and again, the water bearer, even though it's air energy, this is again confirming working with water. Okay, as you can see here, particularly when there's those supercharged emotions, and that's in the recent past. And showing so that's coupled with showing the world the real you. So I feel like there were some emotions that came up in the recent past that maybe surprised you, and that was part of that purge. Oh, I didn't know I was hanging on to this. Kind of ties into that self-delusion, right? Cutting through that self-delusion energy, oh, this is something that I still need to deal with, or that this has come up in a deeper layer and I need to address this. Aquarius is also a sign of healing and renewal, and so this is on top of the supermoon. So this is literally clarifying what I was saying in the intro about the supermoon, okay, and how it's going to be cleansing and healing after that purging, okay, of those emotions that maybe came up that either you knew about and were ignoring, or you didn't know were there, or a deeper layer of that. All right. And then at the bottom, a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So this is regaining balance. I see the scales there. This is about regaining balance after regaining balance within these energies at this time. It's kind of finding your footing again after a lot of things were uprooted. I'm going to get one of these cards. Replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon, and that's the star, right? So with Aquarius energy, that's the star card in tarot as well, and that is about healing, hope, renewal, and replacing what was lost. This is what is that balance is, okay? So whatever emotions that we just were brought to the surface to purge, they're being replaced with this cleansing, renewal energy. All right, that's the balance. That's the balance. All right, for the collective. Be insightful and established. Yeah, okay. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So yeah, really being present in the moment. And I think that these energies are assisting in that, especially using water right now. So that may help to ground and cleanse your energy working with water, but you may also get insights from water. Okay. And this is really important too, where it says, rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So when we are transmuting energies, it's not only from the past, it's from the future as well, right? Time is non-existent in the higher dimensions. So everything is happening in the now. That's why we have access to the past and the future only through the door of the now. That's why it's so important to ground this energy. Also, what I'm picking up here is that the masculine energy that was just purged and is now being cleansed and cleared is responsible for grounding the cosmic energies of the feminine into the crystalline grid. And that's also what this is talking about. Now that these energies are being cleared, right, the masculine is helping, the masculine energy, which we all think of it in terms of inside yourself, not another person. Our masculine energy is helping to ground these cleansed energies into the crystalline grid. That's a big message I'm picking up from this. And that's why Spirit wants us to work with water, because it's going to anchor the clear energies into the grid. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's that rebalancing. It's that rebalancing. All right, love where you are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. So this is saying to follow your heart, basically. Love where you are. Yeah, so this is telling me that there's a lot of energy right now in the collective they're having a hard time focusing on the present. That's what this is saying, combined with these cards here. A lot of the collective is either worrying about the past or the future. So really, really get heart-centered and focus on grounding these energies to restabilize. And trying to have fun along the way, right? That's also what this is saying. Love where you are, no matter where that would be. There's another message coming through about polarity when I'm looking at this card. So do you see how this is zigzagging back and forth. This is why it's so important to stabilize and ground right now and be centered from the heart space, because it's really going to stop this like pendulum swing if you felt like that in your life. That's Orion energy. That's also what this is saying. That's Orion energy that is being cleared from Gaia, that was ground here after the Orion Wars. All right, that's another message coming through. That stops the pendulum from swinging when you ground, balance, and recenter. All right, let's get an spirit animal. Buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of worry about the future is what I'm picking up from this. Spirit's reminding you to be more present in the now, because then you're going to manifest from your heart space instead of your head, which is where the fear and illusion comes from, is the mind. Spirit animal. Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, this is at the heart of the reading. Some of you may be worried about finances. And again, this is just there may be something in the recent past where it was something very sharp happened, right? Because we have that reflected a couple times here between this wasp and these little nettle guys. And it had to do with emotions running high. So there's this desire in the collective to be seen for who you really are. And this is just a gentle reminder to be really kind to people right now, because a lot of people are going through some crazy stuff that they may not know how to handle. Okay, so this is just a gentle reminder to be kind to people, just for the sake of having compassion. And we're always manifesting, okay? Let's get that straight. It's not like you're in a mode of manifestation. Sometimes you are always manifesting. So if you're manifesting from this place of unchecked emotions, from a place of pain, that is what is going to be reflected back to you. Okay, Spirit again is confirming. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide to drop down into that heart space and to manifest from there. That's a repeated theme. To center, ground, manifest from the heart space, not the mind. That's a big message that's coming through for the collective right now. And things will settle and clear, and you'll be able to see more clearly once you shift that energy within yourself. Let's get a Pleiadian. So when I cut the deck, it was remembrance. So you've done this before. You have it in your genetics to do that. You know how to do that. You just have to remember, okay? Yeah, mother-father healing. That's what I was talking about. That father healing in particular that the collective just went through. A side message, there may have been some either past life memories having to do with father, or repressed memories having to do with father energy coming up in this lifetime. That may have been something that you just went through recently. Yeah, and so when you integrate that piece of yourself and reconcile that, you literally jump timelines. All right, and your trajectory becomes one that's more fully integrated. Whoa, that's way too many. All right, Spirit. The Pleiadians want to talk right now. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay, so Song of Your Soul is what came out. Yeah, so to me what this card is saying is be mindful of the energy that you are emitting. Because again, we're always manifesting, always. So if you're manifesting from the mind out of fear and illusion, that's what's going to be reflected back to you. If you are manifesting from the heart space and trusting in spirit, even when you can't see, that's what's going to be reflected back to you. And Song of Your Soul. So this also has to do with sound, right? Every soul has its unique soul song. So how does yours sound like? Okay? Pay attention to that. And this also has to do with working with sound. Okay, to heal. It's so many different frequencies from sound, as you can see from this picture. That's really, excuse me, my solar plexus is going off the charts right now when I'm talking about this card. It's very transformative working with sound. It doesn't matter what sound it is. It matters what your observation of the sound is and what it's bringing up within you. All sound is healing if you're mindful about it, okay? So pay attention to that. What sounds are you choosing to listen to, right? What sounds are arising from within you? If you haven't started working with sound, consider this, an invitation to start working with sound, because everything is vibration, everything. And sound affects us at all times, all right? So how are you using sound? And it's also about what sounds you're emitting into the multiverse. And at the bottom, of course, we have crystalline grids. That's what I was talking about earlier. That was the message I was getting from this energy, and the masculine's grounding. The masculine energy grounding the cosmic feminine energy into the crystalline grids, cleansing that anger, hurt, frustration, anxiety, for more pleasant energy, to make room for more pleasant energies to come through. All right, that's what's transforming. Yeah, so I would even try doing like a crystalline grid meditation where you are connecting with that. That will really help to balance and stabilize the back and forth type pendulum energies from Orion. I may do a video about that coming up soon. I'll have to think about that one. All right, last oracle. This will be energy. Yeah, magician in the mirror. So as I was saying, you're always manifesting. So be cautious about what you're manifesting. Okay, and this is also about balance and working with the two different energies, the ones that's being cleansed and the ones that are coming in, and how can we find balance in that and be cautious of what we're manifesting. Okay, because we're always manifesting. And also it says, and the mirror, and how it's being reflected back to you. You'll see. That also has to do with the self-delusions that I was talking about in the beginning. You'll be able to see where we've been tricking ourselves. Yeah, as I cut the deck, as I was saying that. Deceit. And it's not, intentional. Oftentimes, it's accidental, or because subconsciously we don't want to acknowledge something. So our conscious mind chooses to not see it. So even though it is deceit, it's not malicious, right? And so consider it a blessing that these energies are coming through to really show us where we've been accidentally deceitful with ourself, and so that we can cleanse that and move forward. Yeah, this may have to do with attachments, and you see here the mask is coming off. Mask that you may not have realized that you're wearing will be shown to you for the collective spirit. And that's really a beautiful thing. Yeah, as I was saying that, it's really a beautiful thing. This is the energy that I was feeling before this card popped out. It's like a freeing feeling. It's like I'm moving forward type. I'm leaving my bags behind, and I'm going where spirit is guiding me. See all this green in this card? I'm being led by my heart on my journey. This may also indicate taking a trip in the upcoming energy. Some of you may be going to a sound session in the upcoming, or like traveling somewhere for sound, for something to do with sound in the upcoming energy of your life. But as I was saying, this energy is beautiful because that are coming in with this super new moon, because it's a catalyst for this. It's moving away from that deceit, and it's a catalyst, and being stuck up in the mind, and it's a catalyst for this, okay? Yeah, and at the bottom, the sun. That's what I was referring to. All right, and also cleansing, working with water. Okay, so please, that's a very strong message coming through from spirit. But also, yeah, the sun is the happiest card in the deck. Happiness, joy, success. It comes from following the heart space. So enjoy these beautiful cleansing energies. Let's clarify with tarot here. Yeah, Ace of Coins. So what seeds are you planting? Right? Ace of Pentacles. What are you planting with this? When the sun and the moon are on the same side of Earth, it's the sky is very dark at night, and so you can consider it like fertile ground waiting to have seeds planted, right? And we're always manifesting. So what are you going to plant? What are you going to manifest? And the Fool. And the Fool here is depicted with a mermaid. So again, water, but also fresh, new start, new beginning, start of a journey, right? What are you starting and why? And also that's grounding that new start energy into the physical realm. And that's also been a repeated message from this. So getting that cosmic feminine energy, grounding it with through your masculine energy to the crystalline grid, so that it can manifest into physicality. So what do you want with that? You know, are you clear with yourself about that? Is it from here or is it from here? Ace of Coins, that one really wanted to come out. So that's clarifying, showing the world the real you, and also the supermoon. So literally, what seeds are you planting this supermoon? The energy is very strong. It will start to manifest into physicality. Be authentic with this is the recommendation. Show the world the real you with this seed that is planted. So make sure that it's authentic, okay? And I think that we're not going to have a choice, because we're going to be shown where we've been unintentionally deceitful with ourselves. A lot of the illusion will be cleared away. So our intentions will actually be clearer, and more consciously authentic, I should say. So High Priestess and the Empress. Wow. So this is literally clarifying what I was saying about the grounding of the energies. So this is all divine feminine energies and grounding that to the crystalline grid. Okay. This energy will be birthed into physicality, whatever you're working on right now. From beyond the veil into physicality, it will be birthed once you ground it in. So be very, very conscious. And this also helps to restabilize, right? This grounding energy versus this really cosmic feminine energy. Okay. This super new moon might show you some aspects of yourself that you didn't know before. And it'll be like a remembrance. It won't be like, oh, I learned this new thing about me. It's like, oh, I remembered this old thing about me. If that makes sense. Either from like past lifetimes or from other cosmic lifetimes. And you're going to be bringing those gifts through, but the trick is anchoring with the masculine energy to the crystalline grid for those seeds to plant those seeds. Some of you may have recently discovered that you want to be a mom or be a mom again, as in like you want to get pregnant, or, and obviously this isn't for everyone, this is just a side message that's coming through, that you want a baby or want another baby. Or you may be learning, or you may have learned or will be learning about a pregnancy. In the recent past here also, there's a lot of imagery about prayer and meditation, okay? So here she's wearing mala beads, and here she has her Namaste mudra. So either mudra meditation or mantra meditation using mala beads may be something that might be helpful for you to help ground these energies to the crystalline grid. All right. Wasp spirit. What is this wasp spirit? Sometimes life stings. King of Swords. Yeah, so there was an incident where you had to cut something out of your life, okay, because you realized it was unhealthy. But also, this is what I was talking about. When you manifest from the mind, that's what will be reflected back to you, okay? That's confirming what I was saying. So be cautious where you're manifesting from, but also some of the pain that may be associated with what's coming up in this reading had to do with either being cut out of something or cutting something out of something. It's not very clear about that part, and I don't think that those details are necessarily important for this reading. I can also say that with this King of Swords, you know, the King of Swords can often get very caught up in his own mind, and this is specifically speaking to manifesting from a place of fear, or anxiety or overthinking, or lack of clarity. And so what this is also saying is that clarity is going to come through with this super new moon. This is in the center, to help realign and balance some of this. This does speak of loss to me in the heart of the reading. It speaks of loss. But things are going to be rebalanced with this. With this super new moon energy. Yeah, 7 of Wands on the bottom. You're going to overcome this, whatever this was. But again, just be cautious where you're manifesting from. Song of your soul. So Song of your soul is clarified by 2 of Cups and death. All right. So again, this is, as I was saying, this is speaking of loss to me in this part of the reading. And it had to do with a connection that was very close to you. There are 2 masculines pictured in this 2 of Cups. And so I don't necessarily, it could be friendship, it could be love, it could be romantic, some type of connection that came to an end really affected the vibration that your soul is emitting. Okay. So Spirit wants you to look at this, and here we have death and rebirth clarifying this butterfly. So it is clarifying what I was talking about in regards to a transformative process that is happening related to sound and frequency with you. This is very heavy Scorpio energy in this row. And I believe what is occurring here is, if there was a loss in regard to a very meaningful connection with you, you're starting to see and pull back the curtain as to how this was actually beneficial for you. Okay, how this loss or ending was beneficial to you, and how having the connection, even if it's not in your life anymore currently, was transformative for you. And just kind of going along with the rest of this reading, replacing the energy that was lost, right? There is a new person coming into your life that you can't see yet, but the energy is starting to come in, because whatever this was, you're clearing, whatever this loss was is being cleared out. That's a big message that's coming through. So keep going with it, even if it's painful. I get the sense that you're seeing like the silver lining of how that connection was in your life, but it's that cleansing is making way for something new to enter. Also, what I'm getting from this is you're starting to see the deceit, the self-deceit, the self-delusion that you have surrounding romantic connections in your life. All right, and those may be upgrading to a higher vibration that are more in line with the hues of your soul. That's another big message I'm getting from this row. In other words, some of the delusions that the super moon will be clearing will be regarding your perceptions on romantic connections and what exists within those. Yeah, Knight of Coins. This has to do with independence, with your own stability, right? With your own self-care. You're going to be seeing more of this opening up, like this side of you. And how your previous perceptions regarding romantic connections in your life were blocking you. We're blocking you from seeing the bigger picture. We're blocking you from abundance, more abundance. All right, what is this journey? The Sun and the Lovers. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, this has to do with freedom and independence within your connections, right? So Gemini energy coming through here and bringing in the new. Bringing a lot of new connections are going to be entering your life. All right, you may have to get outside your comfort zone and travel or journey somewhere to be able. This might be happening in summer or May or June. Okay. But in order to invite these new meaningful connections into your life, it could be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. That's not necessarily what I'm getting. It has to do with more releasing burdens. It has to do more with your own inner happiness and expression than anything else. Yeah, but there's a lot of new coming in after this cleansing that's going to be leading up until like May or June. So enjoy it, revel in it. Don't let all the burdens and those daily mundane tasks hold you back from this energy. Really, really embrace this energy. All right. Additionally, if there's been people that you've been attracting that don't put in the work, right? This is also a card of taking on all the burdens yourself, learning how to offset some of those. Like if someone's, offering to help, right? And you're carrying all of this, by all means take that, right? It'll free you up to be able to enjoy more on your path. And will allow the new to come in once you release this old baggage too. Trying to see if there's any other messages that are coming through. In the upcoming energy, with this Death card and Lovers card here, I see this lady peeking behind the curtain, right? Immediately followed by this lady embracing this beast that came through. And so if there is something that you're going to be seeing about yourself that you haven't seen before, and it may have to do with why you feel all these burdens, or why you're attracting people who aren't putting in the work in relationships, or why you're carrying more than you have to. It could have to do with that. It doesn't necessarily have to, but you're going to be seeing something about yourself that Spirit wants you to take note of and to really get to know and befriend, okay? Because that's going to allow you to shine brighter, when you shine light on these, on the darkness, right? It turns to light, right? Shadow is just unrealized light. So that's also what this is saying. Like, don't judge yourself for it, but really embrace it and look it in the eye. Look it in the eye, and it will actually bring a lot of cleansing and purifying and happiness. And allow you to feel more free on your and unencumbered on your journey. All right, so I hope that helped, and I'll check in with you next time. Enjoy the energies, and namaste.